Pecha Kucha 104, Crest logo and library comics. So I started the week doing graphic design because, I'm trying to actually hammer this nail down for once. It was a mind fuck, so I then went to the library and took out some comics, and then my week was fun. So what is a Crest logo? It's something like this. You got a shield, and it's like a prestigious thing, and it's got like a wreath, or you see horses with wings, or griffins, that kind of thing. I just thought I'd have a go at one that wasn't too ostentatious, so I kind of just settled on like a bird, because there's usually a crown on top of the shield, so I put a crown on his head, and then I did these rough wings using the pen tool just so I could visualize the thing, because it's a difficult thing to actually just draw in Illustrator, to have a sketch. You typically need to work somewhere else. And I spent a lot of time trying to make the wings like exact, give them a very particular line weight and a pleasing organic shape. Basically, however you do this, I don't know how you do it. So I'm trying to wing it, and it's no pun intended, and it just did my head right the fuck in. Oh, the police are coming for me. I'll see you next week. So yeah, I ended up with these two. With white outlines and one without. I think the shield works with white outlines, but I think it's a bit much on the wings. I don't even really want to talk about this because it was such a pain in the ass, but I did it, and I'm kind of happy with where it is, and we'll just leave it where it is. So I actually did do some illustration this week, real stuff with my Cintiq. Daily sketch is back. Hell, for 2 days it was daily. This is that guy who's the famous Japanese actor from the 70s. I can never remember the name of. Very unusual pick for the Mystic Moor. It's a photograph, not something like this, which is more typical of the stuff that gets uploaded. Stuff you can reasonably do within 40 minutes. It was interesting. This one was fun as well. Drawing people in armor, I'm not very good at getting like the weight of equipment on the human body, so this is good practice for me. I watched Joe Rogan Experience with Elon Musk. He talks bad. Yeah. Is he autistic? Is he an autistic savant? I don't know, but I wonder. Every interview I've heard Elon Musk give is very stilted, and Joe had to work his ass off. But they're cool dudes. It's neither here nor there. I watched a Let's Play of Resident Evil 2, the original game, because I actually never played it. Because I'm aware of the hype around the remake. I don't care, but I like survival horror games. It was entertaining enough. It's goofy, but I'd have played it if I got around to it. Tendo XI is a guy that makes Tekken 7 meme videos. I've been aggressively consuming his content this week. He's hilarious, but he does actually give you tips on how to be a better Tekken player if you care about such things, which I don't, but the entertainment value is huge. Huger if you have knowledge of Tekken. Right, so the first two graphic novels from the library, some Judge Dredd specifically on the Dark Judges, and some random Spiderman from him joining the Avengers. Joe Maduria doing the cover art. I spoke about him in passing last week. It just seemed like fate, right? So what can I say? Yeah. You see that guy in the bottom left-hand corner? That's Judge Dredd. Take a good look, because this is the one time you'll see him in this entire Judge Dredd comic. He's mostly not in it. Just an interesting aside, it's mostly about Cy Judge Anderson, the hot blonde of the narrative. The Dark Judges are 4 undead supernatural judges that believe life is a crime and therefore all living must be killed. This is not appropriate enemies for a science fiction satire. They show up twice and then they're killed off, never to be seen again, and it's probably for the best. But it's entertaining as it goes. Brian Bolland does a lot of the art. Good stuff. So the Spider-Man, basically Spider-Man needs to bum a ride back to New York. None of the Avengers want to help him except for Red Hulk, Rolk, as the kids call him, including Spider-Man. They end up in the sewers with J. Jonah Jameson, and the Mole Men are there, and hilarity ensues. There's 3 issues in the trade paperback. There's also a story about Captain America being revealed to having been a comic book artist, amateur comic book artist, before he became a super soldier. So Peter Parker wants to nerd up, and it's a cute little story. It's a cute trade paperback. Nothing particularly deep like this, but fun nevertheless. The Bureau for the Paranormal and Research... Yeah, no, it says Bureau for Paranormal Research and Development. This is basically Hellboy without Hellboy. Good stuff. Dark. The two I read, which were in order but 5 trade paperbacks apart, very apocalyptic stuff. Then there's this guy who looks cool, but I guess he would when you stick, Red Skull in a Doctor Doom suit, which is kind of how he was meant to be. I do like Hellboy and the world. There's a lot of stuff going on, but typically it's not as explosive as giant robots destroying cities in Germany. It's stuff I've read prior has usually been a lot more under the radar, so this was clearly the run-up to some massive apocalyptic thing that no doubt did involve Hellboy. That's the thing about library books, you read them out of sequence without any kind of sense. Steamed Hams, but it's Yakuza. I might have already put this one up, but it came to me. I don't look for these things anymore. A very good likeness of Yakuza 0, incorporating the fully dubbed in Japanese by talented people as well. Actually, that's the most important thing to say. Fuck the rest. It's awesome. And Sad Clown of the Week goes to whoever thought it was a good idea to let this lovely comic get horribly damaged by water and then to tape one of the pages that was falling out in with packaging tape. Not even sellotape, like that's a difficult thing to acquire. Goddamn brown tape. Ugh. No good. Alright, that brings us to the end of Pecha Kucha 104, and I'll see you next time.